show you several ways how you can actually extend the battery life significantly on your Huawei Watch Fit 3. So if you actually enable all these things, this watch can easily last for like 3 weeks, and I'm not even really kidding. So what are some things you can do? First, we can go to our settings and then basically go to your display and brightness and make sure you enable this sleep mode to basically either auto or 10 seconds, so it will go off as soon as it thinks it should go off basically. Then also you can set your brightness as manually adjusted and set it kind of lower basically if you want to say more, but I don't really find this. If you enable the automatic brightness, I find it good enough. Then also in the settings, watch face, basically make sure to disable this always on display, and this is like literally one of the biggest energy suckers basically. So you can basically make sure this is disabled, and I don't really find much use for it anyway. Then the next things, you have to basically take your phone app and go to your devices, click on Huawei Watch Fit 3 and click on this health monitoring. Then basically disable whatever you really don't need. For example, if you're not using your watch to track sleep, or you don't really need like extended the data results, just some basic stuff, you can disable this Huawei True Sleep basically. But again, play around with this and see if you actually need that. If you don't need it, you can simply disable it and it will actually consume less like battery juice. Then also you can disable your continuous heart rate monitoring. So if you don't really care about tracking your resting heart rate and want to save tons of battery, again, this is like the second biggest thing after the always on display that will consume the most battery. So you can play around with the settings, be either completely disabled here or also set it to a smart mode, which will again save a bit more battery, but it will provide less accurate heart rate tracking. By the way, even if you disable this continuous heart rate monitoring, it won't record your heart rate when you're just wearing this watch regularly. However, if you start an exercise, it will still record your heart rate, so you are not really missing anything. And this, if you disable this continuous heart rate monitoring, actually I like to do that. And again, if you disable this and that always on display, you can literally get like almost 3 weeks of battery life. And that's insane. Then also you can disable this automatic SPO2 as well if you don't need that like continuous tracking. So if you don't have any health condition that actually requires this, you can just disable it, and again you can simply manually check it when you need it. Another thing where we can save battery is the watch face itself. Actually, when you click and hold it, at the top you will see the power level of this watch face. As you can see, this one has number 2, and you can basically browse and can see what kind of power level each of these watch faces will have. So some of them actually will consume more batteries than others. Maybe there are some dynamic basically watch face, and basically or not well optimized watch face. You can see basically the power levels, and simply choose a watch face with lower power level, and they're better optimized and will consume less battery life. So these were the main things where you could actually gain significant battery life improvements. There are some other very minor other things, however they won't really amount to anything pretty much in battery life savings basically from what I have seen. These things, however, I talked about will give you a massive boost, and again I can easily get like literally 3 weeks of battery life if I don't like use this watch and much, and like just for notifications and basic step counter tracking, timer stopper, basically basic things. And maybe if I go and track some exercise regularly still, but make sure to disable this heart rate tracking if you want to save a lot of battery, and that always on display. Those are the areas where you can gain the most. Anyway, if you want to see more videos about this Fit 3, then make sure to subscribe because I have plenty more coming. See you!